If I saw this thing walking out of the fog towards me, no, it's game over. This is Rompopolo, and inhabits the oil well basin in the Monster Hunter wilds. This kind of has a feeding strategy similar to what like a venomous wading bird would have, if it was also combined with like an oil magnate that was really into fracking. Rompopolo takes its big venom-filled tail, and it can use this as like a syringe and inject it into the ground, which causes its prey organisms to like boil up. It's like similar to trying to find worms. You can stick electrodes in the ground and that causes, or like make it sound like rain, and that causes worms to boil up to the surface. And that's what Rompopolo is doing to try and find its prey organisms like the silt crabs in the oil well basin. Rompopolo can then use its long, like, raptorial limbs and even its long-beaked face to dig into its prey to try and, like, pop open crabs or maybe even, like, manipulate them to get them out of their hard shells. This might also be for intra-specific combat because these things are incredibly territorial, which you would have to be if you have really specific hunting grounds. Like, these things have to have good resource use because their prey only lives in certain kinds of habitats in certain areas in the oil well fields because they rely on this weird fracking bubbling up from the ground feeding strategy. And when you're basically just like a giant wyvern covered in loose, wiggly bladders, a really sharp scythe arm would be extremely detrimental. So maybe these things fight amongst themselves a lot or want to just use these to intimidate other Rompoplos. And that feeding strategy might be assisted by its weird gecko feet. Like, this thing isn't arboreal. It's not using its bipedal feet to, like, crawl on walls, as far as I know. So maybe this is, like, using to pick up vibrations from the ground so they can feel for their subterranean prey. Let me know what you think of Rompopolo. I think this is really cool, but definitely straight nightmare fuel. And let me know what monster you want to see next.